Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. Here it is Wednesday, June 1st, the first official day of Pride Month, and also unfortunate end of Bike Month. Which I know some people out there are a little sad, but at the same time, that doesn't mean you have to stop riding your bike. My name is Daniel Rodriguez. If I didn't introduce myself already, here at the Bike Coalition, I'm joined by
Daniel Rodriguez.
Daniel Rodriguez, number 2.
Hello, this is Elizabeth Bowersox reporting for podcast duty.
Live and direct.
We are definitely bummed that it's the end of Bike Month, but you know what? That just means we're one day closer to next year's Bike Month, right?
That's true,
It's
yeah.
like how you feel after Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, it's also summer, so I mean, like, I don't know, I have a lot of planned stuff for the summer, especially for biking.
Yes.
Yeah. I want to go to Lake Tahoe. I don't know if you've been, but
I haven't.
yeah, it's a really cool place to go and mountain bike and even do some road riding because it's around the lake. I think it's like 50 miles or so.
Oh, I think it's bigger than that.
I think it's bigger? Okay. I'm not too sure, but I'm assuming it's definitely
Big boy.
quite
I think
quite
it's a
the
big boy.
distance, yeah.
But that's so cool. Are you gonna like bike camp or
Um,
drive up
no, I'm
there?
probably just gonna drive. I mean, it's 5-6 hour drive, I want
Yeah.
to say. So I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I definitely biking up there would be awesome, but I don't have the time or money to do that.
Yeah.
Cool. Anyways, guys, yeah, welcome to another episode here. Today we're gonna be talking about bike maintenance, actually, which some people do, some people don't. So we'll talk a little bit about how to maintain your bike and what are some best practices to have your bike running for long distances, really. And then after that, we're gonna talk a little bit about some summer events, give you guys some teasers for sure, tease you guys a little bit. And after that, I'll be pretty much be it. It's gonna be a short episode today. We're a little tired. It's
We're
gonna
burnt
be
out, dude.
yeah, we're a little burnt out, mostly because Bike Month has just been so much fun, tons of activities to like plan and to like develop and all that stuff. And then we also have the Bike Summit coming up next week, which we are also like have been working on. So yeah, bear with us. I know we may sound low energy, but after Bike Summit, we're gonna be back to being all happy and jolly and riding your bikes.
Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, let's just jump into the topic. So Elizabeth, how often do you maintain your bike? First of all.
Okay, so I think the most important part for me is the chain, and I think that's probably true for everybody, is lubing the chain. And so I try to do it like every 3 times that I take my bike out. And usually I can like hear it. Like I can hear that my chain is making a lot more noise than it should be.
Yeah.
So before I go out, I do it the noob way, which is I flip my bike upside down and then I just, I squeeze the lube on each of the chain links.
Wait,
run
why
it
is
through.
it the noob way though?
Well, apparently the like pro way is not turning your bike upside down. It's just doing it like right side up, and then I don't know. And then
Interesting.
It's gotta roll. It's gotta roll somehow. But
Okay.
I've shout out to my old roommate Lucas, who was like a cycling coach who made fun of me for tipping my bike upside down, and he was like, "Let me show you the right way to do it." And then he just did it, and he was still able to get like every chain link, but I like to like do it upside down, and then I'll pedal through and I'll click through all of the cogs, the cogs in the back, and the big and small chain ring in the front, just to make sure everything is lubricated. And then I'll take like, recently I've been doing it with like paper towels, but you probably should use like a rag or something. But the thing is with the rags, I mean, you can't clean. Really.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be a dirty, greasy rag. But then I hold the chain, and then with my left hand, I'll crank the pedal, and then I'll just hold the chain really, really tight to just get all the stuff off of it.
Okay. Have you ever, like, I know some people end up using like those high-end little like tools where I know Park Tool has one where you actually run the chain through them and it has like brushes in them and you have the solution inside.
No.
I've utilized those a couple times and it's a little inconvenient because you do have to attach it, of course, and so it's like a couple other steps, but it actually does a really good job of cleaning everything nicely.
Bet.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it's made for.
Yeah. Not just that, but also like before I bought that, I ended up making like a makeshift like toothbrushes. I literally taped two toothbrushes together,
Oh, funny.
and I would do that, like just scrub the chain with that. So
Yeah.
if you guys are on a budget, definitely just get some old toothbrushes and.
But then, what if the toothbrushes are consistently greasy? So then you put it on like another greasy chain. How
Yeah.
much more is it gonna do to like clean off?
I mean, really, those are like one type use.
Okay,
You know?
those
Yeah.
are.
Yeah. I mean, unless you're gonna like wash them out, then maybe you can definitely utilize those a little better. But no, I if I don't have that stuff, yeah, I just do the basic rag and chain lube and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I know. So you say you do yours 3 times, every third time.
I mean, it's not like religiously.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Every third time, but usually it'll start making noise. I actually need to get a new chain because it's starting to get pretty worn down. I haven't gotten a new chain since I got the bike, and I've ridden like 3,000 plus, actually probably more than that, miles on it. But yeah, chain is number one. Like if you can do anything with your bike, make sure you know how to clean the chain.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with you. I mean, I mean, at least for me, whenever I ride with a dirty chain, I feel it too. Because I know you say you could hear it, but I definitely feel the tension.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
especially like going up a hill
Ugh.
or even trying to change the gears. Like you just hear that crustiness.
Oh, the crust.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, yep, that's gonna be a little dirty.
Oh, and then you get like the tattoo on your leg, like
Oh,
you
yeah,
brush
yeah.
against your like big chain ring or something, and then or even just the chain itself, and you look down, and you're like, oh.
You know, I mean, I kind of thought about just getting a real tattoo right there on my calf, where the chain line kind of just stops right there. You know.
So it doesn't matter if your chain is dirty or clean. It's
Yeah,
just-
no, it won't matter at all. Cool. So cleaning the chain is definitely one thing we could do. Do you have like do you shower your bike? And like do you have like a place you shower it at, or do you like go to one of those like car washes?
No, okay, so that's a good question. And I haven't done this. Since like the fall or something. But what I'll do when I'm trying to give my bike like a really nice shower bath, I'll take it to a park and just have everything be on the grass, and I will turn my bike upside down, and I'll go to town, and I can give you a step by step of what I do, but I don't go to like a car wash, or I seriously don't think water is enough.
No, never.
I've seen people just like spray it down with water, and I'm like, I just feel like there's more.
No. So do you use like regular soap, or you have like that special cleaning bike?
I have Muck Off.
Oh, Muck Off.
That's what I use. So
This is the pink solution, the big one?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
the pink solution. So I'll clean my chain first. That is like the number one, because if you wash your frame and then you like clean the chain, and the chain, I mean, now we're talking about for like degreasing.
Yeah.
Or like super in depth, like then your frame's probably gonna get residual like dirt. So always chain first, and then just spray the whole baby down with Muck Off. Usually I'll do it like one little section at a time, because if the Muck Off dries, it just kind of, I don't know, I just like to have it very like, I'm very like specific about it. But I will also take both the front and back wheels off and get those really nice and deep clean, get some rag. So I'll do like the Muck Off and water.
Okay.
So, like, I think that's what it says to do, like not just do the Muck Off, like also wash it down with water. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, like anything. And that's been really, really useful, helpful. I did have like brushes and stuff, like specific, I got like a kit, but I really just think the rags are the way to go. It's
Yeah.
just simple.
No, I agree with you. Like, yeah, it's just getting all that extra stuff for bikes. I'm always like, man, after a while you start collecting it, and then you realize like I have a lot of stuff that I don't really use a whole lot, you know?
Yeah. You don't need it.
Biking, man, it could get expensive, but really you just gotta keep it simple. Keep it simple. That stuff works.
Yes.
All right, yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I wish I had a better habit of like cleaning my bikes more often, because what I have maybe 5. So for me, it's like
Maybe 5.
yeah. I think I have like about 5 bikes. But yeah, it's just like, first of all, I don't have the space, which kind of sucks. And then I also like don't have like pretty much the space to like set my bike up and like wash it down or whatever. I mean, I have a garage, but there's nothing there to actually take the water out. So I always have to go to those car shops. But even then, man, like the brushes and the soaps that they have, like it's not that good, you know? Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't really use those brushes because I feel like it's scratched up my frame one time, and after that, I've never used them again, and I'm like, oh, this kind of sucks.
No, was that like a brush that was used on a car and then you
Yeah,
used it on the bike?
yeah. And that's the thing too, I could tell too, whenever I saw the brush, it was all like a little crusty, so I shouldn't have used it, but yeah, so cleaning bikes is important, but at the same time, you gotta do it right because
Yeah.
it could definitely rust. I mean,
Yeah.
I think the chain is the most important part, and then also the chain rings,
Mhm.
making sure your brakes are also put on back correctly.
Oh yeah, yeah. Mhm.
I know a lot of people who take off their tires and then they don't switch their brakes back to clamp.
Ooh,
You know what
like
I'm talking
is this like rim brakes?
Yeah, rim brakes. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really dangerous.
That is so. You're just going down the hill like, well, here
Yeah.
we go.
Cool. So what else? What else do you do for like cleaning bikes and stuff like that? I mean, like I said, I keep it simple, man.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna ask you that. I was just gonna ask you, like, do you just do the water? Like, do you have a soap? Or,
I mean, most of the time I literally just use water, and I think I used like car soap the first time that I just whatever had laying around, and it, like I said, got the job done. But I don't know. There's every time I look at my bike, I'm like, oh, there's something I could do. And at that point, though, it just comes down to like detailing, you know, which
Yeah.
I could tell like oh the chain's dirty like just by a little bit of grease on there. But
yeah.
yeah, no. Aside from that, just keep it simple, keep it clean. I try to do it at least every 2 weeks or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit longer, and then like as far as like life goes. But like I said, I definitely want to do a little bit sooner, especially after like I guess the other bad habit. I don't wash my bike after going like gravel riding.
Yeah.
And I think that's a
Uh,
big no-no that a lot of people have because
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it kind of messes up your parts at the end of the day.
It
But
probably does.
yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. I like kind of like the dirty look sometimes too. It's like, oh, that bike
Yeah.
looks like it's been used.
Yeah, exactly. I totally get that. I totally get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another thing, for those of us who, I mean, I know you ride bikes with gears, but I always make fun of you because you're like, you know, you're fixie.
Oh yeah,
thing.
the
But
fixed gear crew.
if you have the, cassette on your back wheel, I have like a degreaser that's like specifically for bikes. I don't know what the brand is, but it's got like it's like a little aerosol can and then like a long stick thing, and then I just spray. This is when I have the back wheel off of my bike. Spray it, just get all up in there, and then it just pours off, just black, like pours off.
Yeah.
And it's really satisfying to like see all that junk get off, and yeah, that's good too. I mean, yeah, the more grease you have, like the worse it's gonna be for your components. Like,
Yeah.
just try to keep it clean.
And have you taken it to a bike? Have you like taken any of your bikes to a bike shop to like get
To
fully
get it specifically clean.
yeah, cleaned and like
I think I've been able to figure it out. However, that is a solution for some people.
There are.
You can go.
Yeah, 'cause
to
I
the
know-
bike shop.
I know there's some bike people out there, bike shops. The one I'm specifically thinking about is the Stay True bicycle or cycles, I think is it called, and it's off on University. But I've been wanting to, send my bikes in for a little bit and actually do the whole thing because I'm like, oh man, I'm sure my bike would just feel much different if I had the
Yeah.
full bottom bracket clean and stuff like that. But I just haven't done it. I'm a little hesitant. I know it's like super affordable too. I think it like has a deal for like, oh, if you have 3 bikes, like $150 or something like that. Yeah.
Ooh.
So it's not,
Yeah.
it sounds like a steal. But yeah, if you guys need like help cleaning your bikes, definitely go to your local bike shop for sure. I mean, they have everything and anything. You guys live in North Park, I feel like there's like 4 or 5 of the bike shops around the area.
Well, I was thinking it would be cool if we could like somehow have a bike cleaning party. Like,
Yes.
somewhere where I don't know. It is hard because you're dealing with like actual like dirty stuff like
Yeah.
grease. So we'd have to pick like grass or some kind of like area that's also kind of relatively clean.
That's true.
But I think it'd be fun. Like, hey, everyone, come down. Like, we have the tools and rags. Just like get some random rags and
Yeah.
just have a bunch of like chain lube, and I think that would be sick.
Teach people like just basic
Yeah.
maintenance stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
checking tire pressure and
Mm-hmm.
especially even reading like the actual tire pressure on the actual
Oh
wheels.
yeah,
That's another thing
'cause
people don't do.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Maybe I'll see what we can do on that.
ABCs are there.
Yeah, come down, learn your ABCs.
Air pressure, brakes, and
Chain.
Chain. There you go. Air pressure, brakes, and chain.
Yeah. And then it's like, what was I? It was in Smart Cycling last week, and someone was like, it's ABCQ, because Q is like your quick release. I mean, it's because
Oh.
or like, yeah, making to check that your quick release is all like working.
Yeah.
And also same goes for your like through axle.
Interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. Like you try to pop a wheelie and then your front tires goes flying.
I have fears of that. To be
Yeah.
honest, sometimes.
Yeah.
Or like I just get a little bit of air and like I'm just like my tire just goes off in another direction. I'm like, oh no.
You're gonna slam down on your fork and oh my
Dude,
God,
that's man.
that would not be good.
Yeah, let's not talk about bike crashes because yeah,
All right.
I feel like I think about sometimes I'm like, oh, that could have been a really bad accident. Cool. So any other tips or tricks as far as cleaning stuff? Any they want to recommend for people?
I would, I might add like if your handlebar tape is starting to get kind of yucky, like make sure to change that. And if you're dealing with grips that are like they might be the plastics like deteriorating and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
Be on top of that. That's not enjoyable.
No.
So I think I used to have a bike like that, and I just tried to solve the problem by just wearing like gloves. I was like, yeah, that's okay. I'll just like my gloves will be all gross, but I think it's good to, if you can, like make sure that your parts are new or they're not deteriorating.
Yeah,
like
running
plastic.
condition. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also check the brakes for sure because like I feel like. I mean, I every day I swear to God I'm always biking and I always hear someone's brakes and I'm like, oh man, like what? It's like.
Yeah.
Like to me, if I would hate to be riding it, that's all I hear, from my
especially
bike.
on group rides.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Like looks over and it's that guy. I actually need to get my brake pads changed. It's again, I haven't like done any new. I haven't like
Yeah.
since I got the bike, but I'm starting to hear it. Sometimes, what was I doing? I think maybe my bike got wet or was like in the rain or something, and then that's when really like. Then you really hear like, oh shoot, like.
That's usually how it starts. Yeah. It has to be some type of water source that hits the brakes, and after that, you're just hearing screeching noises for the rest of the ride.
Yeah. Is there any like specific like fixie maintenance that you do? I mean, I feel like that's the whole benefit of having no gears, just like.
Yeah, I mean, definitely riding fixed gear is a lot lower maintenance compared to other bikes because you don't have changing gears. Most of the time you don't really have to care for brakes as well.
Yeah.
The main thing I look for when it comes to fixed gear is tire pressure, of course, tire alignment as well, or wheel alignment, and then just the chain tension as well. There's been a couple times where my chain has snapped, but the one where I was a little sketched out about was I was coming down 4th Avenue from Balboa. I was coming straight into downtown and coming into a light, and my chain just, I'm like putting tension backwards, and my chain just snaps, man. And luckily, I have the experience to where I'm like, all right, well, I know exactly what to do. Like, I'm just gonna watch out for the cars crossing. I just, of course, had to run through the red. But yeah, after that, you just kind of have to put your shoe in the back side, where the tire is at, and your shoe becomes the brake. But yeah, I was lucky because at the bottom of the hill, there was a bike shop there, so I just walked over and got a new chain. So that was nice. But yeah, tension, man, that's definitely the biggest thing because you don't want to end up like having your chain snap, and then being that rider who doesn't know what to do after that. So
yeah, that actually happened to me.
Really?
I mean, I wasn't riding a fixed gear, but I was in a group ride, and I don't think I've talked about this on the podcast yet, but I was like, we were in some kind of sprint. We were hauling down south. We were headed, I think we were in Encinitas, like coming up on Solana Beach, and putting out those watts, and then I hear ding, and I look down, and my chain just like dragging on the road, and some like lady behind me was like, your chain broke, And so I pulled off. I didn't have any tools.
Oh,
And
yeah.
my friend Frank, like, he actually had multi-tool, like, I mean, not just the multi-tool, but he had the chain tool, and he like put a master link on, and he did everything. So I think that's a wake-up call for, like, I don't know, for me, like, oh, I should have that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I should be prepared for that, because that could happen. I think I was cross-chaining, actually. I just, like, wasn't even kind of paying attention to, like, what my gearing was.
Yeah.
But that happens, you know. But then if you're by a bike shop, it's easy. You're like,
It's
"Oh,
convenient,
it's
yeah.
fine."
I think that, yeah, I guess like bike preparedness definitely has to go in with bike maintenance, yeah, carrying the tools you need to, like, anything and everything, you know, if something goes wrong.
You know what I did, Daniel?
What? You finally carried a tube?
I'm finally carrying a tube. I'm
Uh,
finally carrying a tube.
Nice.
And on my saddle seat, so after we talked about that, I was like, okay, I gotta do it. So now I'm doing it.
Little by little, man.
But I
you
don't
know?
have CO2 canisters, or
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I'd have to be like, can someone give me a pump or
Yeah.
something?
I mean, the nice thing about it is, like, most of the time while you're just commuting from here and, like, up to Normal Heights area, something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, luckily there's plenty of stops on the way to, like, get help, but
Yeah.
yeah, I would feel bad if I was, like, Will commuting from here to Chula Vista and there's not much between.
Well, I guess he could just, like, hop on the trolley.
That's true,
But
yeah.
I find it strange that, like, there isn't a trolley that goes from, like, Normal Heights, University Heights,
No,
Park
no,
down
yeah.
here.
Unfortunately, no. I mean, I wish there would be.
I wish
Yeah.
too.
That would make my life a little easier, especially with, like, yeah, there's days where I'm like, man, I really don't want to bike because I've been biking for like 2-3 weeks straight. You know, I just want to have
Yeah.
that day off where I just want to walk around, but
Yeah.
you're kind of just like stuck to with your neighborhood, which luckily I live in North Park, so there's plenty of cool stuff to do. But
Mhm.
yeah, like sometimes I want to go to the beach, you know, or I want to go to like Torrey Pines or La Jolla, and like there's
Yeah.
nothing there to get there, you know. It's
Yeah, you need it, yeah.
yeah. Time will change. That time will change.
Well,
Cool.
You got anything else? Anything else to add on bike maintenance before we talk about?
I mean, that's pretty
Things?
much it for me.
Okay.
Just to remind you guys, yeah, definitely check the chain. That's probably the number one thing. You don't want to be going backwards up the hill. And then just when it comes to cleaning, you know, just use bike-related products like Muck Off. I mean, that's pretty much like the number one brand. I think Park Tool has a couple other solutions as well. But at the same time, keep it simple. Soap, water, rags, towels, really. If you want to like spend a little bit more, definitely buy those specialty tools that you could have brushes and a little better solution. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, keep it
doesn't take
simple.
too long. Doesn't take too long. If I were to wash my bike or, you know, clean my chain every 2 days, I probably wouldn't have to do it that often.
Right.
Yeah, it'd be better maintained. But yeah, before we leave though, we want to talk about some events really quick about what's going on this upcoming week and weekends. Bike summits
Yes.
next week, May 9th and 10th actually.
June.
June. Oh, May. Oh man. Oh my goodness.
We're
My
like
bad.
stuck in bike month.
Yeah. June 9th and 10th. If you guys haven't signed up, there's still time. Got to go to sdbikecoalition.com. There should be like a
.org.
banner. .org. Oh my
Dang.
goodness. What day is it? Wednesday?
What world
Oh,
are we in?
sorry. But yeah, check it out. I mean, there's going to be awesome events, panels, speakers, group rides. I mean, you name it. Pretty much anything and everything that has to
Happy hours.
Happy hours, yeah. So if you like beer, bikes, there's an event beforehand. I think beers with engineers.
Engineers.
Yeah, so that would be kind of cool if you want to talk to like city officials about like infrastructure and stuff like that. But aside from that, we also have that Juneteenth ride that might be coming up as well.
Yes. We have a Juneteenth ride at the World Beat Center. We're still smoothing out some details, but we're really excited to be collaborating with World Beat to, you know, commemorate this important day for the African American community. And we have some ride leaders who are involved in the community, and yeah, so we'll get that information out to you as soon as we have it. But yeah, put that on your calendar for Juneteenth ride.
Cool, yeah. And then once again, it is Pride Month as well. So for everyone who's out there celebrating, ride your bike, wear your colors, you know. I think there's going to be like some type of group ride later down the road. I think. Yeah,
Yes.
we're in talks with the group. I think.
Yes, we are in talks with SD Pride. I think it's actually going to be in July, the group ride, because I think SD Pride is like in July, if I
Yeah.
can remember correctly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the whole like event.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So that will be happening, and we'll get that info to you.
Sweet.
Be
Yeah.
ready for that.
And then last but not least, we also have a possible 4th of July ride coming up with Epic, Epic collaboration.
Oh.
Yeah, they're wanting to do like a little group ride before like they open up the tasting room for people to come by and start setting up shop for the fireworks. But yeah, there's gonna be like a slow paced ride, which is gonna go to OB, and then we're also planning on doing a faster paced ride, which would do the Point Loma loop out to
Okay.
Cabrillo and then back. And then yeah, they're gonna have like discounts, food, and stuff like that. So yeah, more details on that as well.
Fun.
Yeah, tons of summer events that I'm excited for.
Lots of
so
rides.
oh man, yeah.
Yay.
I mean, I guess we just have to get through June gloom, but
I know. Well,
Yeah.
hey, we also have monthly group rides starting with the coalition.
Yes.
And sponsored by the Office of Traffic Safety. And we had our first group ride last night. We went up north. We took 30th from downtown. Well, we didn't take 30th from downtown, but you know what I mean. And we stopped at Roller Brewing in North Park.
Yeah, that was
had
cool.
some drinks and food. Very, very good.
very good. They're very bike friendly.
I mean, they are the biking brewery.
They are, yeah. Everything's bike themed, actually.
Yeah, everything's bike themed. It's so cool. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And then we hit up track night at the San Diego Velodrome in Balboa Park.
Yeah,
It was my first time there.
how'd you like that? That was pretty cool.
Dude, it was sick. I
Yeah.
wish I had more like clothes. I was like too cold to
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
stay. But it was so cool, and you could like see the riders and like make comments. The funniest thing to me was that they did the track stand competition,
That one was really fun.
like the turtle race thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard. Is that guy's name Sugar? Did they
Uh,
just call him that?
I don't know. I really
don't
don't know.
know.
Maybe
No,
that's his
anyway.
nickname or something.
I don't know, but he was like in a track stand with one other dude, and he's like, "Can we just split the beer? Can we just split it?"
Split
'Cause
the
it was like,
reward.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was like a gift card or something. for-
$15.
Yeah.
I think it went on for like 20 minutes. That was a
It
long
did,
track
dude.
stand
I
for
took
food.
some videos. It
Yeah.
was so funny. Just a really good environment. It made me really happy to be like, wow, okay, this is a community. We're out here, and there's
Mhm.
so many types of biking communities, and San Diego is just full of that, and
Yeah.
I'm just happy to be part of it.
I mean, that's what kind of like also brought me to the track is like I got invited by someone, and after that, like once I went, I was like, oh man, there's so many different types of cyclists that come and hang out, and yeah, I've met tons of awesome friends through there, and we've done tons of awesome events as well. So yeah, if you guys haven't done it, definitely come on by. Also stop by our group rides, which is going to happen every last Tuesday of the month.
Okay.
Like I said, we'll switch it up every time, and we'll stop by local businesses. That way, they can support us, and we can support them. So,
Yeah, and highlight infrastructure.
highlight infrastructure, keep it safe, party pace.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be awesome. So join us for that next time.
Yay.
But aside from that, that's all I have to say, Elizabeth. You all good on that?
I'm all good. You wanna?
Sweet. Yeah.
Sign us off?
Yeah. Why not? Well, guys, thank you very much for joining us again here at the podcast, The Weekly Spoke. I forgot what episode this was, to be honest. Episode 7, I think, actually. Yeah, episode 7. Make sure to tune in with us next week. We are actually going to be talking to Ricky from Your Werewolves.
Ooh.
Yeah, sorry I haven't told you about that, but yes, I did talk to him yesterday at the track. Yeah.
I'm excited.
So yeah, join us next week. We're gonna talk to Ricky from the Werewolves. Great group of guys, or great group of people that just do group rides and events throughout San Diego. And aside from that, we'll join you guys the following week after the Bike Coalition or Bike Summit. And we'll talk a little bit about that as well.
Yeah, come to the bike summit, y'all. We'd
Yeah.
love to see you there.
We'll have to see. Maybe we'll do a live podcast. We'll see.
Oh,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
featured on our pod.
Cool. Well, guys, my name is Dan Rodriguez, joined by Elizabeth Bowersox. Once again, you listen to the Bike Coalition's Weekly Spoke podcast. We'll see you guys next Wednesday. Thank you for joining us. Have a good one.
Bye.